Oh, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Not bad at all. Would you like to introduce yourselves? Tell us about the store you're at today.
Hi, I'm Kim. I'm the manager here at Sandy's Since we're two in Plano, Texas. We've been here going on 17 years this month.
Wow.
I've been with the company for about 18 years. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. I've managed it since we opened.
Oh, that's really cool.
I'm Sarah. I'm the manager up in Frisco. I'm standing in for Sarah Lewis, our general manager today.
Oh, excellent. Cool. So how did you both get involved with Sandy's? Like, how did you discover?
Before working at Sandy's, I worked at another dancewear store for about 18 years.
Oh,
And
cool.
so I have experience and knowledge. And
Wow, yeah.
Andy, the owner, when they realized that store was closing, he was like, "Hey, you want to come work for me?"
Yeah.
That's how I've been with Sandy's for 18
Oh.
years. I've been doing it for about 36 years now.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness. How about you as well? What's your story with Sandy's? Sarah, sorry.
So that's all right. So I have danced on and off throughout all of my childhood, through high school and college. And it was kind of a funny story is I actually moved up to Dallas as a nanny. And my friend was working here with him at the time.
Yep.
And I was, starting to look for a second job because it was a part-time nanny job.
Yeah.
And my friend says, "Hey, we're hiring." So I came up, got hired on as part-time, and we kind of laugh about it because all of a sudden I transitioned to full-time, and we all kind of went, "Wait, when did that happen?" No one knows.
Yep.
I love it.
And
Oh,
now look
cool.
at her. She's a manager.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to show us around this store, talk a bit about what you have there, the products and everything else?
All right, we're going to flip you. All right, there you go.
Okay. I think just the same as the other two stores, they're laid out between child and adult.
Yeah.
Plano is probably one of the biggest out of all three of them.
Mm-hmm.
But our adult section, our fitting area,
Nice.
floor that our owner makes. So he did a really
Oh,
awesome
yes.
job while we were shut down. This is the kids section here. The one part that is our saving grace for those little brothers, we have a playroom.
Oh, wow.
That the kids can just go in and play and do everything. But then we have this is the kids section. So it's a fairly large spot. And we have lots and lots of windows.
Yeah, I love that. I love all the natural light pouring in. That's really nice.
Yes. That's the one part I love is all the natural windows and stuff. Then we have our counter. Then back to square one. There's Sarah. Sure are.
Love it. I love that montage of point shoes on the wall there. That's really cool.
Yeah. One of the girls that used to work for us, she made it.
Oh, wow, so really nice.
We collect for our point shoe. When we have point shoe day, we get a lot of the old shoes. And so we decided to do a display with them. So I thought it was pretty cool. So
yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
That's our store.
Love it.
But yeah, all the way. There's Sarah. Back on.
All right. Flipping you back, getting you reset up really quick.
Sure.
Alrighty.
So do both of you guys fit point shoes at the store?
Yes, we do.
Excellent. So tell us about this one, like the service at this store and what kind, because what we speak about the other day was a difference in feet as well, which was quite interesting.
Yeah. This one, I think we're the store that's in between both Frisco and our Dallas location.
Yeah.
So we get a little bit of the melting pot of all feet. But I've gotten the super skinny, medium, but it's just one big melting pot.
Sure.
But everybody here pretty much fits. I was blessed with, over the years, with staff that we had at least 2, if not 4 people that could fit pointe shoes here.
Oh, wow.
So everybody knew that if they walked into this location or pretty much any of our locations, there was always somebody here to fit the shoes.
Oh, that's great news.
So, but yeah, we fit, we restring, we sew.
Wow.
We rubber pointe shoes.
Wow.
I just had a big group that we had to put, I think, rubber on like 18 pairs of shoes.
Wow. So. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Love it. So the part of Texas you're in now, what part is it again, sorry?
So we're Plano. We are not in the Panhandle. We're north. I can't think backwards.
Well, the main city that most people think of Texas would be Dallas, and we are a suburb of Dallas. So
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Literally right down the road from it. So it's like it's close. So when people think of Texas, they may think of Dallas, Cowboys.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, cool. I've been to Dallas, Houston, and Austin so far. But I want to see more of Texas. I just, honestly, I was so mind blown by like how huge Texas was. I couldn't get over it.
Everything's in Texas.
And also like the humidity, like when I got off the plane and I was just like, whoa.
It is hot.
Like, we don't have that here, obviously. And although I've been to some humid places before, I was like, oh my God, holy smokes.
It's hot today. I think today's supposed to be one of the hottest days.
Yeah, we're starting to set some temperature records here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately. Or at least for this year.
Yep.
Sure. So speaking about how pointe shoes die for the students in Texas, do you tend to see a lot of like the box and the platform go mushier because of the climate there, or?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's equal. I mean, it's a mix. There's not one over the other.
Sure.
They have to, of course, kind of watch leaving the shoes inside the car during the summertime because it gets up to 105 sometimes here. So they have to kind of watch during the summer. And
oh my gosh. Yeah, that would make a big difference.
In the car.
Yes.
It is hotter than 105 in the car.
Oh my God, that's insane. Peter's just said here, how excited are you guys to have Jeff as your sales rep for the Nikolay brand? You will be finally able to see all the new stuff coming out throughout the year. That's super cool.
Super excited. I've worked with Jeff for years, and I just love all the options that you guys offer because we never knew about half the stuff that y'all made. So I love that he's here, and I love that I can text him and like, hey, can you come? And he's always open to come out and show us everything. So I am super ecstatic about that.
Yeah, no, it's so nice to see that, you know, we now have this option to show you guys everything we have, and also for dancers that are so excited to try the many different shoes as well, because they didn't have that option either, which I mean, I never knew about till last year, and I was like, what? They didn't have all out amazing models and shank strengths and the speed as well, because, you know, I often would get emails from the US from dancers saying, oh, you know, I really want a custom, but it takes too long, whereas now it's only 2 weeks, which is just amazing. Speaking of customs, have you guys ever had to do any customs with our shoes before?
No, I don't think so. I mean, no, not really. Unfortunately.
One thing I was going to speak about is the fact that for the humid climate, we do the Tropicana paste in our shoes. So it means that the paste will last a bit longer in the box and the platform, which has been quite popular for other humid places in the US. But yeah, we can also customize our slippers too, and our dancewear, which is awesome. So can you just refresh me? What models of Nikolay pointe shoes have you guys got?
Here is mainly just 2007.
Sure. Oh, you guys need to expand. You need to get some more.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm
You should.
really,
Oh my god! Especially like some of our latest models, like Smartpoint, Cartier.
I'm really interested in that Smartpoint shoe. I can't wait to see it. But no,
Yeah,
we
it would be a
do.
really nice one.
Yeah,
Go on,
we do the
sorry.
2007. All the we do the 2007s and all the shanks and
Yeah.
flats.
Ah, cool. There's like what we always say is it's nice to have a few different lasts as well, so we can
Yeah.
fit, you know, some other types of feet. Smartpoint is a great one for like the kind of foot that isn't so archy and flexible, that needs a little bit more help to get fully over in their shoes.
Right.
And it also has the lightweight flexible. Do you know much about the difference in our pastes in our shoes?
I'm learning.
Sure. Let me just grab a Smartpoint a second. Hang on.
Okay.
So with the Smartpoint, it features our lightweight elastic paste. Can you see it's got a nice kind of comfortable feeling to it? But what this kind of paste does is it adapts to the foot a little bit quicker, and it retains its shape a little better as well. So with some dancers, for example, that want to, you know, if they feel with the classic paste, like the 2007 paste, it's harder. Sometimes on the bunion area, it can be a little bit stiff and uncomfortable at first. Whereas this kind of paste adapts very quickly, and you can even mold it with your hands to the shape of the dancer's foot, which is awesome. And can you see like the shape of the box is like more kind of broad across the metatarsal area?
Right.
So it's really nice for that type of foot that is more broad here, but then kind of tapers off towards the heel. And it's lower on the side, so it shows off more of their arch. So if you've got a dancer that hasn't got much of an arch, it can really accentuate what they do have. It's been a really good one. It's been selling very well in America so far. But also what they did with it is they popped in some microfiber lining in the heel piece. So it really grips the heel a lot more, which we have in 3007 model as well.
Okay.
The shank's different. So although this is a medium, it's very pliable, as you can see. So again, it's going to mold into that arch, especially if the dancers, like, you know, the type where they're really struggling to get over and they're held quite back.
Right.
Because of the way it wants to really suck in there, it really pushes them more over to get that alignment. And the platform's very broad, so it's great for turns. But yeah, it's a really good one to have for those kind of dancers, that, because I find with 2007, it's a lovely shoe, you know, it still has its place. But for some dancers, it's a little bit too long in the vamp as well. So dancers with shorter toes can really struggle in it unless they get accustomed in it. Whereas this is nice for kind of medium to shorter toes, which personally I get a lot of over here in the UK. So yeah. Oh, hi, Jeff. Nice to see you on the stream. Do you guys stock any of our dancewear?
Not so far. We don't. I've brought it in when we did short run, maybe a couple of years ago, and it went really well. But I think that was the one only time we did it.
Sure, and obviously back then there wasn't really like much of the collections on offer, which was sad as well.
No.
Because now, wow, you get absolutely everything, and we're developing new collections all the time, which is very nice. And one of our top, two of our top collections right now is the Bolshoi Stars Senses collection, which has not just nice kind of strappy leotards, but also high neck ones and off the shoulder style, plus a lot of velvets and mesh. I love mesh on leotards personally. It's worked out really well. My customers really enjoy like the different kind of styles of that. Plus with the Academy collection, it was developed with the Vaganova and Bolshoi academies. So it's like their uniform, and that's been very popular for me with customers that, you know, want something to wear as like kind of what they call basics for class, but it's because it shows off all the, you know, bones and lines of the body more for a class kind of situation, but still suits their dress code because of the colors available. So speaking about the kind of customers that you get in your store, what would you say in terms of like strength of point shoes? Do you seem to get a lot of feet that just want like standard kind of shanks, like say medium, or do you get dancers that want something more softer and pliable? Like what's your kind of take on that in that particular store?
We do about 50-50. We get a lot of beginners that does the standard shanks, but we do also quite a bit of the hard shanks. We carry quite a bit in like the 2007s. We do a lot of hards, and I was surprised when that happened. But we do quite a bit of medium and I would say the hard shanks here.
Oh, cool! It's always interesting to see what other stores sell the most of shank wise. I find that really cool. So when with fittings, do people need to book in for that store, or can they just walk in?
They can just walk in. I mean, somebody's always here to fit. Of course, like if there's a big group, we try to have the teacher kind of let us know so we can pull from the other stores to bring in other fitters, so it's not such a long wait. But they're more than welcome to come in, or if they like a certain fitter, they can call just to make an appointment. And that way, you know, we're available to them. But pretty much people just walk in. They know that pretty much with Sandy's that you can go to any of the stores and there's generally always somebody there that can fit point shoes.
Excellent. That's really nice.
Yeah. So, we've been blessed.
Sorry?
No, go ahead.
Oh, so can you tell us a little bit about this store? Why is it different to the other stores? And explain what makes this store a little bit more quirky than the other ones, if that makes sense. Because every store's got its own feeling.
Oh, well, just trying to think.
I think so. This is definitely our biggest store, so we do see a lot more foot traffic here.
Ah, yes.
And it's, I don't know, it's interesting because I feel like it's a mesh of both. Going back to last week, like I said, I've worked at all three stores. So I've gotten to see the differences between all of that.
Yeah, and one of the things about Sandy is we don't have a lot of overturn. A lot of us have been here for years. I've been here 17, going on 18 years. Sarah's been here about what?
I'm going on, I just hit my 9 years.
Her 9 years. Wow. Rachel's been with the company for 17 years. So we've all, I mean, when they come in, people see the consistency with the workers. And some days, like if somebody's out of the store, Sarah comes here. Or if I need to run to Dallas or something pops up, that we can go to Frisco. I mean, it's 3 stores, but we all mesh and we all work well together because we've been together so long. And you generally don't see a lot of that with some of the other stores. And because when they come in, they know that, oh, if I'm not here, Sarah can do an awesome fit. Rachel can do an awesome
that's
fit.
really good.
Any one of us can intermingle or interchange, and they know that they're getting the best service possible because you know we've all been together for a while. So I think that
really
makes
nice.
us a little bit different from the other stores because, like I said, there's not a big overturn.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point to make, actually. And also what I find is, you know, customers get used to a fitter as well. And that's really nice when they can, you know, grow with that fitter because like I've mentioned before, it's like, you know, going to see your doctor when you have a point you fit in. And it's nice when you can build a relationship with them and they've got used to your feet or any of the kind of problems that dancer may be having. And you know that when you go to a particular store, that fit is always available if you need them.
Right. I know I've gotten people come in where I fit them when they were babies. Now they're coming in with their babies. I worked with a studio that I fit one little girl. She was 2 years old, her very first pair of ballet shoes. Now she is like the assistant director at the studio. And I was like, oh, wow. So it kind of makes me feel kind of old when the babies come in with the babies. But it's nice.
Oh, that's really cool. I love that. So in that kind of part of Texas you're in, is there a lot of dance studios around there?
There's a lot, and they're all scattered out. I mean, Texas is big. I mean, this part of the suburb is big, and we're situated where Dallas is farther south from us. I'm kind of in the middle, and Frisco's further north. So we cover a whole territory of people.
Sure.
So I guess we're blessed with that, the way we kind of stage where the schools are at. So
this is our dress code book.
Wow.
For all of our studios.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So that just kind of gives you
an idea.
That's incredible.
Some of these are a couple pages because they've got so many classes.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Goodness me, wow, incredible.
That's me. It teaches us to always it helps us to, when everybody comes in, we always ask what studio. That way we learn and keep in mind who uses what. So
good idea.
Big book.
Do you know what?
Big and heavy book.
Yeah, I bet it is. With like the studio's dress code, I'm always fascinated to hear about what kind of slippers these studios prefer, because in England it's a big mishmash. We get some studios that even when the dancers are more older, they want them in full sole slippers rather than split soles, even when they get more developed in technique, which is fascinating. Then you get some studios that will only have leather slippers only, some that don't care what you wear as long as you're comfortable, and some that want satin still, because some studios here, the satin slippers are only worn for performance, but there's some studios that want satin for classes as well.
Yeah, we get a mix of everything. We do a lot of leather, a lot of canvas, but some of the classical studios around here, they still require the students to be in full sole leather.
Ah, interesting. I always find it, a real, I mean, especially like, because with the vegan dancers, and I'm vegan myself, like, there was times where I was doing exams and they'd be like, oh no, you need to wear leather for the exam. And I was like, well, I'm not going to, because I'm vegan, sorry. So thankfully in recent times, they're more relaxed and they let you do what you want to do and what feels comfortable to you and your beliefs. Which I think is extremely important. You shouldn't be forced to do something that doesn't feel right to you. So also with first timers that you get for point shoes, do you get any kind of common issues? Like, do you see a lot of, I don't know, people that aren't ready yet, or people with common issues, sickling or anything like that? Can you tell us a little bit about the kind of problems you might get in your store?
We do. I mean, any first time they're generally nervous, and we just kind of talk them through it. Of course, they're like, how long the shoes are going to last, are they going to hurt? But we try to take the time out, look at the feet. We go through several shoes. And we don't stop at once we find that fit. We still continue afterwards to make sure there's nothing else out there. Because, there's always that search for the perfect point shoe.
Yes, of course.
But we go through it and stuff. But no, we try to educate as we go.
Yeah.
Talk them through it.
Absolutely.
Tell them, how everything goes through. So, just the same, pretty much.
Sure.
We try to make it fun, too.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's a milestone.
Yes,
they've been
absolutely.
Dance all this long, and this is like that little trophy. This is what they work for. So we try to make it fun, try to make it engaging. That this is the first time. Try to make it memorable. So
exactly. Peter's made a really funny comment. Once Nikolay fits, you need to stop. Well, Peter, when they get a few more lasts in, they'll realise that we can indeed get more dancers in Nikolay's.
Well, okay, so this is it okay if I tell a Frisco story? So when I fit, whether I'm at this store, Dallas, Frisco, it doesn't matter. I call it my long shot shoe.
Yeah.
It's a shoe that there's something that I'm like, maybe it's gonna work, but maybe not. Probably not, but it's my long shot. We're gonna try it just to see.
Yeah.
And I had a first timer the other day, and we found a couple that were really good. And I was looking at one of your 2007s. Like, I kept walking past the shelf going, oh, and then I kept like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, okay, I'm going to grab my long shot.
Yeah.
Just, I was like that. She had a very small foot, and I was like, the vamp just looks so big.
Sure.
And I put it on, and I sent her to the bar, and the teacher and I both go, there we go.
It's funny. Do you know what you mentioned earlier about when you find the shoe you still carry on? That's a really good thing to mention, actually, and I think it's a sign of a great fitter as well, because just because, you know, they think they've found it, you think you found it, it's nice to go through some more options, because also, as we all know, dancers feel something different in pointe shoes as well. Yeah. And I personally will keep going too. Like, and then sometimes I'm actually surprised, because I will end up finding 4 to 5 models of Nikolay shoes at work, but sometimes it's the shoe that I didn't think they would love the most that actually they end up wanting the most.
Yep. Yep.
So it's really fascinating when that happens, and how you can be surprised sometimes when you think, no, I don't think that model's really going to work, but let's give it a shot anyway. And you're like, oh,
yeah, you never know until you try.
You don't.
You try.
You really don't. And that's why sometimes I get emails and they say to me, I've got this type of foot, this type of arch, blah, blah, blah. So I know for sure this model isn't going to work. And I'm like, hold up. I'm like, you just wait till the fitting day, because there's no harm in trying. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, it's, you know, because they read up about something on the internet and they read other people's opinions. This is a part that annoys me. It's like, don't go by what other people have experienced, because everyone's different. You know, you've got to try yourself and see how it feels to you. And then, you know, sometimes I'll get even adult dancers that say to me, oh, you know, I've tried this particular Nikolay model and it didn't work for me before. And I said, when was that? And they're like, oh, it was 3 years ago. And I was like, just because you're an adult, it doesn't mean your feet can't change. And also the shank strength, right? Because whenever I say, typically over here anyway, whenever they've tried Nikolay shoes before, it's usually, oh, they've had medium shank and they've not been able to try something softer if they needed it. So obviously they're going to struggle. So when I pull out a softer shank, or I talk to them about what I need to do in a custom to make it perfect, and then they get that shoe and they're like, oh, wow, you were right. It was the shank that was the problem. It wasn't the rest of the shoe. Right. You know, so it's really fascinating to, one, hear other people's kind of ways that they educate themselves about shoes as well, because I mean, it's lovely that there's so much information on the internet, and I love doing videos on YouTube. I really enjoy it, but I always mention to people that just because I'm saying how this works on, you know, in my experiences, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same for everybody, because that's just impossible for me to say that it's going to go that way for every single dancer.
Right. I hate when we do have limitations, when they say, oh, they can't wear this shoe, they can't wear this shoe. Every feet are different. Yeah. So I like trying different ones on, because just because it didn't work for this person, it may work awesome for you. I hate just not being able, especially when you know that shoe may work and you are not given that option to try. And like when some of my older dancers do come in and they've had a shoe for a while, I'm like, you know what, let's go back and review. You never know. Something may have changed. Like you said, let's try softer shank. You go softer, it works your foot a little bit more. You're easy to get rolled through, everything. So let's just do something a little bit different. It helps to come back and review. Yeah, so
absolutely. Just totally agree. It's like one of my adult dancers wore, she was between sometimes wearing 2007 and sometimes Miracle. But I've always wanted to put her in a Nova, because I feel like she's sort of in between, and she has quite big bunions that aren't really covered with a 2007 wing, and in the Miracle, the shank of the Miracle wasn't quite strong enough. Even in the light hard, it needed to be customed. So anyway, we did a virtual fitting yesterday, and I sent her some Novas. I said, just try them, and lo and behold, Nova ended up being the shoe that she loved the most out of what I sent. So it's nice when, you know, they go back and they try it on again. They're like, oh, actually it really works this time, and I can totally see what you mean with that. So Mr. Grishko wrote, next year will Atlantic Dance Retail Show be in Dallas?
We've always attended from day one. I know they keep going back and forth if it's there or not. Last year was a little bit different. I'm hoping they come back because I love to see everybody in person. I love to touch the materials. I love to meet other retailers just to talk about stories and exchange ideas. So I'm hoping they come back for sure.
Peter's just wrote, yes, Mr. Grishko, we hope so. It's still on the schedule. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, cool.
I went to the one in LA this year and it was really nice. What I liked about it was it wasn't like some of the dance conventions and trade shows in the UK. They're a little bit chaotic. It's very noisy and it's very overwhelming, and you can't really deal with customers in a good kind of calm manner because it's just crazy. Whereas at the LA one, it was so much better. It was so much more organized than the ones over here, and people were more chilled out. But maybe that's just America in general. I find that, you know what I really love about the US is whenever I go over there, people are always so open to having a conversation with you. Like they're not in, oh my God, like I live next door to London, right? And if you're in London and you are, say, on the tube and you spark up a conversation with someone, they just look at you like, oh my God, are you actually crazy?
No, we're talkers here. We're Texas, especially Texas, we're fairly.
Yeah.
It's really strange. And I'll never forget the first time I went to the US. And I was really surprised at like how nice my Uber driver was and like the conversation he was making. I was like, wow, this is so different to England.
Oh yeah, we're talkers.
Oh, Sandy's in Frisco says, especially in Texas, Texans will talk anytime.
Oh yeah, we talk all the time. Trust me.
And then Jeff says the show is scheduled for January the 23rd to the 25th in 2021 in Dallas, according to their website. Ah, cool. That's excellent. Let's just hope that coronavirus is truly out of the way and not messing with travel plans. Because I am dying to get out of the country. I travel a lot and I am just so fed up of being stuck in England right now. Like, I just cannot wait to get on an aeroplane. So I don't know when that will be. Because right now over here, nothing's, like, dance studios aren't open still. And we're having spikes of coronavirus still. So who knows?
Yeah.
How's it going out in where you are right now with coronavirus?
Oh,
well, studios are open. They've all changed it up where they've blocked off their 6 feet squares on a corner. And if they haven't taped off a square, it's, you know, they've made it, this is your area. You don't get to leave. We are in Texas. We're unfortunately having some pretty bad spikes. I'm going to be honest.
It's
and we just got the mandatory Texas-wide mask enforcement goes into effect today at noon.
Oh, that's good. At least that's, I mean, that should help, right?
Yeah.
Keeping our fingers crossed, you know.
Because I wish they would enforce it in England, because what's really annoying is once they tried to do an enforcement for the trains and the tubes in London where you have to wear a mask, but people aren't doing it, even though it's meant to be a rule. And it's like, well, why don't you find people? And that will make people want to actually wear their mask.
Well, at first I think they were doing it where it was the stores had to kind of enforce it. But now they've gone back to that it's mandatory that we wear masks. And if you don't, you get a warning. And then the second time, they will fine you.
Good.
So they're trying to really enforce wearing that mask, which hopefully everybody would help. Because the more we work together, hopefully we can knock this out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Honestly, there are masks that are pretty comfortable.
Yeah, the masks are cool now.
Show us.
You know how you compliment on, oh, that's a pretty bag. Those are cute shoes. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, where'd you get your mask from?
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Looks good. Yeah, my friends, well, quite a few of my friends who are seamstresses have been making masks. So I've got a selection of fancy ones now, which is cool. But no, I don't personally
about masks.
Yeah, I think it's important, and I really think we just need to get it all under control so we can get some normality back. For example, I'm doing fittings from my fitting room starting tomorrow, which I'm so pleased about because I haven't been fitting in person since March. So I'm really stoked to finally be doing that. So Peter says here, I think we as a company need to start working on a personal bubble ball to be used with point shoes and make a little bar inside. Oh,
okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm trying that. We joked about hula hoops at one point.
Yeah.
Connecting hula hoops.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love that. Amazing.
Maybe we should get the tutus. We should do the tutus.
Yeah.
Ridiculously.
Tutus.
Oh, we should make this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds amazing. So can you remind me about your website again? Was it you guys working on selling online, or am I getting confused with someone else? I do so many streams these days, I can't remember.
Yeah.
We are still working on getting that up, so you will see the coming soon.
Excellent. Fun.
But yeah, I know. Yes, it's a holiday weekend, but I will probably be spending some time because I'm the work.
It's a holiday weekend for you guys. Oh,
it is, yeah.
Oh, cool. I don't know if I've ever asked this question before on one of your streams, but do your stores have like any kind of future goals with where you're going in, say, the next few years with what you're doing?
Of course, we want to grow. I think we're open to more options where we're going out. I think we're trying to work on that standards to go because life is busy. I mean, it's hard to sort of get into, the 10 to 6 hours. So we're trying to make it a little bit more convenient, easy. You know what you need, we can go and we can do it. I think we're just trying to slim it down just a little bit to find the wants and needs of our customers and adjust to that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Because, yeah, I mean, more than ever, life is hectic for so many dancers. Yes. Even just booking dancers in for pointy fittings can be an ordeal for me sometimes. Like, I'm going to have to do a rule where if they try to rearrange a booking an hour before, they get, like, charged a percentage because my time is precious as well. Like, I, have to really be careful with my bookings and everything. Julia says, not only shoes, we are sure all Nikolay products will be doing well in Sandy's stores. Yes, absolutely. I agree. Totally.
I just can't wait to see everything.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, by the way, the other day you mentioned you was traveling out for some fittings. How was that?
It was
oh my God.
It was good. It was crazy.
Oh, was it?
It was. We had a huge day. It was a wonderful day at that studio. The time honestly flew by because we were just go, 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 go the whole time. As always, something went wrong, and that was technology.
Yep.
Like the first 5 minutes we're going, we can't log on, and we were definitely
able to figure it out and make it work.
Yeah, thank God for that. Yeah, no, that's the worst, isn't it? Especially when you have a really hectic day. I've been there too. And like either your card reader packs up and you're like, oh my God. And then like you get people that want to do like a bank transfer or whatever, which I'm okay if I know them and I can trust them to do that. But, there's been instances where you get people who mess you around. I'm just not down with that. I make sure I really know who I'm selling to if they want to do that.
But yeah, thank you for asking. It went really well. And then
that's great.
We got back to the store for that point shoe fitting that evening. And
wow. God, it was all go. It was a crazy one.
It was. It was fun. We survived.
Love it. I love traveling for fittings. I think it's really fun because it's nice to reach out to dancers that aren't that near a store or don't have the time to do that. And then of course I really enjoy the fact that we get the option to have the teacher present because I don't always get that option, especially if they've not seen you fit before and they might have questions. I think it's really nice.
The parents love it.
Yeah,
the parents love us packing up this store and coming to them, and it's so convenient. They don't have to worry about coming to the store. It's there, done, boom. So
yeah, totally. By the way, regarding you know, the whole ordeal that we've had, as you probably know about it, and with the old distributor, they are creating fake shoes in China, using our name, well, the Grishko name, hence why we now use Mr. Grishko's first name, Nikolay, for the US. Have you ever encountered any of the fakes in your time?
No, I mean, our customers was pretty, I mean, it was a little bit difficult just trying to get the shoes and work out where we could go and who can get them with.
Sure.
But we stay fairly heavily stocked. I mean, it kind of hit us a little bit more later on down the line because, like Plano here, we carry like some of the key sizes. It was anywhere from 4 to maybe 5 of a size. And the same width because we sold Grishko so much. So we didn't see as many. I think maybe there was about maybe one, but I wasn't quite for sure. But I don't really saw any. I don't think no.
That's like, good.
We got a couple in that kind of in between.
Yeah. And then with all 3 stores, like if we don't have anything, we can call one of the other stores.
Yeah.
So that's the good part about us. We can interchange.
Exactly.
So.
That's really handy. Yeah. I can't wait till they no longer can do this because I'm sick of it. It's been really sad to hear from dancers that have been sold these fakes and told they're the real deal, and then the shoes are breaking in very strange places, and also dancers are getting blisters and other injuries from them. It's just not on. It just drives me mad that they're allowed to sell a product that is so dangerous. Absolutely shocking. For people watching, you always want to make sure that you're going to one of our retailers, our Nikolay retailers. If you don't know your nearest retailer, you can either message us or you can go on the website, nikolay-well.com, and there's a retail locator so you can find your nearest stockist. And as always, you know, shop local. Make sure you're, you know, keeping your local businesses in business, especially during these times. And get fitted if you please, because, you know, it's all well and good trying to guess, or, you know, you might think, oh, I've worn this model all my life so far and it's great, but sometimes you don't realize some little details of the shoe that might be affecting something, and until you see a fitter and they can check your shoes, you might be missing something very crucial. So try to, I mean, I always say, you know, every 6 months, if you can, go and pop in for a little fitting just to get checked over and make sure it's all good. I mean, you know, one other interesting thing is with you guys, do you keep like kind of a document listing what people have had and any, you know, because it can be a bit confusing. I kind of keep a record of everything people have tried and any kind of problems they had before.
Yeah, with our system here, we have them check out underneath their name, and it tracks their sale. So say if they come in, they didn't bring their shoe with them, they were like, oh my God, I forgot my shoe. I don't remember what size it is. And oh, let's check our system. And it shows what shoe.
Perfect.
So it's a good, trust me, that was the most, I think that was one of the best things we ever started.
I bet it was.
When the girls come in and they were like, I'm like, what shoe were you in? They were like, I don't know. It's pink. So it helps that we can go look in the system and say, oh, well, you were in this shoe. Let's work from there. So, yeah.
Well, say that about our system now. What was it? We got the system 2013 or 2014.
Oh,
yeah.
Prior to that, we hand wrote our tickets.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. So we didn't have an easy way to go back.
Of course.
And I would always joke with the girls, and I still do, just on the off chance that, I don't know, the power goes out or our internet goes out. It happens. You know, we had a car once hit one of the power lines outside.
Oh, wow.
We were down power for a day. And
oh my gosh.
Can't look it up. But I
always
joke with them, and we're going to use the baby pointe shoe.
Yeah.
Because that's all I have on hand. But I'm always like, okay, bring your shoes in, because most companies print on the bottom. Everything you need to know.
exactly.
So you come in and say, I love it. Hey, look, I know what it is. If you come in and say, I hate it.
Yep.
I know what it is. If you come in and go, it's pink, I go,
I had a little girl yesterday. She needed a pair of pointe shoes, and she didn't have her shoes. So I'm like, oh, do you know what she had? She said had a whole bunch of X's. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that particular brand does all X's. So
oh wow,
we figured it out by looking in the system. So yeah,
that's amazing. No, it's really funny. Sometimes I get dance mums contact me and they're like, oh my god, we don't know what shoes she had, and she needs a fresh pair this weekend, and you need to mail them out instantly. We don't know what to do. How are we going to figure it out? I'm like, don't worry, I've got it all wrote down. It's fine. And they're like, oh, phew. Also, you know, when you get people come back for fittings, do you like to analyze their old pointe shoes, look at them, look at the wear patterns, feel them, and stuff like that? Is that something that you guys like to do as well?
Well, sometimes, especially if it's a beginner, I like them to bring their shoes. So I'm like, let's try your current shoes on. So I can see how you broke them in, how they wore, if there was any issues, if you love this shoe, what you hate about the shoe. So it's good to see from that, that point, how the shoes worked.
Yeah.
So I love doing that with like the younger ones that's just not starting out. Just so we can just say, oh, look, that may not work. Let's try this type of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like that. I especially like it when you can see that someone is really struggling with alignment or something and they can't see it, but then you take a picture and show it, or in the mirror or whatever. But then when you get them in the right shoe that really perfects their alignment, and then you put one old shoe and one new shoe on them, and then they're like, oh my god, I never realized that my alignment was that out of whack.
Yeah. Yes. I love when they bring their shoes in.
Yeah, it's fascinating. And like, I mean, do you get many people come to you with badly fitted shoes from elsewhere? I get a lot of that, unfortunately.
A few, and we try to stay neutral, because you never know, what happened with the fit. Exactly. Yeah. So we just like, oh, well, that shoe may not work for you. Let's just try this. Let's just tweak it some, just to make it work. Just see what works. But we don't try to go, oh, you should never go back there.
Oh, God, no.
We don't do that. No. We just kind of look at it and just say, you know what? Let's see what we can find here. Since you're here, let's work to the way. It's happened. It's happened to all of us.
In terms of like pointe shoe accessories and stuff, what's like your most popular items that you sell? I mean, for example, like mesh pointe shoe bags, that's one of the most common things for me to sell. And I would really like, I mean, Grishka and Nikolay used to have a white mesh one, but I can't seem to get that anymore. But I would like it if they brought out more colours of that. So Peter, Mr. Grishka, if you're watching, that's another thing I'd like.
Yes, we do a lot of pointe shoe bags here, and we do a rainbow of colours. So yes.
Yeah, I think that it's nice when you've got loads of different quirky things to sell the dancers, because it builds up a sale as well, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But another thing I found interesting about the US is over here it's very common for dancers to put suede caps on the ends of their pointe shoes instead of darning them, or not doing anything at all. Personally, I darn mine. But a lot of my customers buy the suede because it's easier. They just glue it on, and they enjoy it for the grip and keeping the satin on. But I noticed in America it's more common that people either cut the satin off or they just don't do anything at all. What do you guys seem to get there?
Most just leave the satin on. I mean, that's what's most common here. There's a few older ones that they will take the satin off, but generally it's just where the shoe comes is the way they use it.
Oh, wow. So, it's really interesting. Yeah. But also I think you're really lucky out there, because you know what, over here we have a lot of really bad dance studios in terms of flooring. Like, it's either not even proper dance floor, so that's not great, but a lot of very slippery floors, hence why they like the suede so much. It's not so common over here for studios to have proper marley or sprung floors, which is really sad, actually. Whereas whenever I go to America and I do classes, I'm always like, wow, it's always great floor, and it's like, so well organized. Whereas over here it's like church halls, and it's like community centers, and not really any proper dance studios unless you go to London, which is it was a big eye-opener for me, to be honest.
The teachers here, they take very good care of the floors. It's all about protecting it. We do tons of try to educate with the girls, don't wear your dance shoes outside. When you come in, you have to change. But they are very protective of the floors. So, yeah, I can see it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It's like, we're not even on the slippery floors, not allowed to use rosin because obviously it sticks to the floors and makes it gross. So, oh, by the way, have you seen our point shoe covers as well that we do? They're really popular as well. That's been a good thing we've been selling a lot of, because with rehearsals or, photo shoots or dancers that need something to wear between doing comps and stuff, that's been another good accessory of ours as well.
Okay.
I've seen pictures of them on the Instagrams, but I've never gotten to see one in person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay, so is there anything else you guys want to add to this stream? We've got like 8 minutes left.
The only thing I can think of is Kim did touch on Point Shoe Day.
Yeah.
Earlier, and that's how we got all of the wonderful shoes.
Yeah.
Oh,
we celebrate our anniversary, and we call it Point Shoe Day, and it's the last day of the sale, and it's a big day, and people come in because we make it special. We offer good, incentives and sales, and they turn in an old point shoe, and they get like something.
They get an extra little percentage off,
and so it's pretty awesome.
It is.
Talk about timing. The courier's just knocked at my door to collect a parcel for a customer. Can you just take over this stream for a few minutes? Sorry, guys. Timing is so
okay.
So I guess we'll tell you some more about Point Shoe Day. We kind of covered it. It is, we have our big anniversary sale every year. Like Kim said, today is our last day. It is a huge day. I would say it's tons of fun.
Yeah. And it's awesome, the best time in order to get point shoes and get new point shoes, because a lot of people are getting ready to go into Nutcracker. So
I think we've had, the most I've ever seen someone order was, 13 pairs on Point Shoe Day.
Yeah.
What about you?
I've had somebody maybe 15, 16 pair.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But we sell a lot of point shoes.
Yeah. We sell a lot.
Hi, you're back.
I'm back. That was a good one. So I've been doing a lot of virtual fittings lately in lockdown. So I've been couriering shoes all over the country. Because I never used to do virtual fittings until lockdown happened. I was like, I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. And actually, I was astounded at how easy it was, because obviously the knowledge is up there. And as long as they've got a decent camera, and I don't do it for first timers, but it's been really wonderful. I've managed to help a lot of people out that couldn't get to me in person, even with lockdown over. So, yeah, it's just a little bit stressful on the sides of, you're sending shoes out all the time. You have to make sure that you're not without the shoes that you need for something else. And but no, it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed doing that. So also, are you guys doing like curbside kind of pick up for people that don't want to come into the store and just want to pick up from you?
Yeah, we do that too. We have people call. We'll bring it out to the car. They can order over the phone.
That's actually what I ran earlier when our phone was ringing.
Yeah.
Someone was like,
"Yeah,
can I pick up?" And I was like, "Yes, let me find it."
And some of my neighbors know that I work at a Dancewear store. They're like, "Hey, we can't come in. Can you bring this on your way home?" So we're open to all options. This is the new norm. Trying to get through this and get everybody else through it too. So we're here.
Just gotta be creative.
Yes, you've been very creative.
Same. No, it's been a challenge, but it's also good in a way, because people appreciate in-person service even more than ever. I find, and now with opening for fittings tomorrow, people are very pumped to get that in-person service and try different shoes on, and the attention to detail they wouldn't be. I mean, virtual's good and all, but there's certain things obviously I can't fix over a virtual fitting. So that I'm really excited for that. Also, the influencer program that we have, how's that going? Have you had a lot of applicants for that?
We've had a lot of interest. I think we've had a few applicants. Hopefully we'll get more in over the holiday because people will have a little more time.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry. But yeah, ours runs through July 15th. I have no idea what day of the week that is. I want to say it's a Saturday, but
that's cool. So they've got a bit of time to apply for that.
Yeah,
so you guys watching with this influencer program, if you go on to our Nikolay World Instagram, you can see the different types of stores taking part and what it means and what you have to do to be involved in that. So we have 1 minute 30 remaining. So it's been really cool. We've done, for people that have missed the other ones we've done with Sandy's, go on to our Instagram page, click the IGTV button, and you can rewatch the other ones we've done, and all the other streams we've been doing as well. Is there anything you would like to add before we go?
Oh, no, we've just had a wonderful time getting to do this. All 3 of our locations, getting to do this with you. It's been so much fun.
Definitely. I love seeing...
Come on, Kim, get back here really quick.
So I was at the door.
Peter just mentioned every girl that you are fitting in our shoes, ask them if they are interested about the influencer program, even the ones that haven't been wearing us for a while. Good idea, Peter, actually.
Yeah,
and Mr. Grishko says, thank you, Kim, Sarah and Leanne. Best wishes from Moscow for you and your families. Thanks, Mr. Grishko.
You too.
Thank you.
It's been great. And I'll pop this one up on IGTV after as well. Okay. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful. When I'm back in Texas, I'll pop in.
Definitely.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.